Hello YouTube. So, new to the channel. Hello YouTube. If you're new to the channel, well, I am Glyn. I'm an expat veteran living in Russia. So subscribe for that alone. And what I'm doing today is I'm revisiting Red Town, and Krasny being red, so really in English direct translation is Red Town. The reason I'm going up there today is because well, no good reason really, other than a bit of a walkabout. I don't need anything from town. Been here before, but I was here with Aussie Spy. There's some areas we didn't cover, time constraints and whenever it got dark, and so I'm out a bit earlier today. Show some more of this town. Some of the areas, bloody hell, you hear that? It's like a bloody pack of wolves or something. Anyway, to there today and see what happens. See if it's I can hear the neighbours' wife shouting at them to shut up. I understand that. I shout at my dog to. Do you know my head's a bit cold? I have my hair cut again. I put my hat on here, my woolly thing on. Oh, I feel that heat. Feel heat from that woolly hat. Oh, that is good. That is really nice. But it's not cold out today, not really. So it's a turnaround anyway. It's not really cold out today. It's not cold enough to get gloves on or anything. So hands without gloves. And it's off down to the town anyway. Off to this town. It's a local town, yeah. So I am going to walk. It's about, I don't know, maybe 5 kilometers or something. But we'll see if there's anything interesting on the way to Krasny Selo, this red town in Russian, or Krasny Selo in English, and see if anything's on there at all. And so I'll give you a commentary, a guided tour as we go through up to Krasny Selo and pass through my settlement, and then off through the next bit of settlement, and then along the main road up to Krasny Selo. Actually, one of the reasons I'm walking instead of getting a taxi or catching a bus up there is because there's a few things on. Do you know what? I'm thinking gloves, yes, no, maybe, not sure. There's a few things that are kind of interesting. Maybe, hello, Davy Moore 7759. There's a few things that could be considered interesting on the way up there. So I'm going to show you them. There's quite a lot of changes happened to Krasny Selo over the years that I've been here, and it's amazing just how much change has happened and what's happened. It's stuff I didn't get to show you basically when I was with Aussie Spy, because when I went with Aussie Spy into Krasny Selo, I got a taxi. I think I got a taxi up there, and we met in the town centre on the square. And so I didn't get to show you the bits that I want to show you today. And when I walked back from Krasny Selo the last time, it was in the dark. It got completely dark, so I couldn't show you what I'm going to show you today. So I'm walking back that way from here, but in daylight kind of thing. So I'm doing the same route but backwards in daylight, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Where are you from? England. Said hi. Where are you from? England. Yes, I'm from England originally. I am from Sheffield originally, and now I live in Russia, and just outside of St. Petersburg. It's about 12 kilometers outside of the Russian northern capital, St. Petersburg, in a place called Goryalovo. not for long, hope. I'm moving away from here, but yeah, this is just close to St. Petersburg. In fact, if I walk down here, when I get to if you look down there and there's a building down there, that's actually the line between the city and the oblast. That's the border area. That's the border to the city and the oblast. So once I get to those huts, I'll actually be in St. Petersburg. Strangely, I suppose every place. So that just happens to be the one here, just down from this, just down here. So not much to tell you about here other than typical rural development. It's going to become, not become rural, it's going to become urban, and it won't be too long about it either, I think. So hello from hello Mexico. How you doing, Mexico? I hope you're having nice weather. A bit warmer there than it is here, isn't it? Here from North London. How North London? Stacey Johnson. How you doing in North London? Blimey. I used to work in and around London. I worked all over London really, when I was lorry driving. Oh, hateful. I always remember the first time I ever was in London driving a lorry, and I'd actually just come back from abroad, and I was one of the first lorry jobs I did, and it was working for a place called Carpet and Flooring, and delivering carpeting stuff, carpets and rolls of carpets, and I was on my own, and I didn't have a sat nav at the time. This is a while back now, and so I borrowed my sister's car, not sat nav. It was a Garmin something or other, little tiny screen, and every bloody low bridge in London I was turning around, an absolute nightmare. And I vowed, I said, I'm never doing that again. I need to get a sat nav pronto, and I went and bought an iGo system with a professional lorry system, and after that I never had a problem with bridges. But blimey, it's a big mistake if anybody's ever starting to drive lorries, and my advice is go get yourself a really good lorry sat nav, and make sure your parameters are programmed into it, because low bridges in London, oh my god, they're just everywhere, aren't they? But where are you? This is Russia. I'm looking in Russia. You're seeing a small settlement just outside of St. Petersburg, Russia. This is where I am coming from. And we're just going past now. This is the new base of that's actually at the border. That's between. So this is Leningrad, and the other side of this track is St. Petersburg. Well, this is Leningrad Oblast. That's St. Petersburg. There you go. There I stood on the border here. And, my hand's getting cold. I was thinking, shall I wear gloves today? And I thought, no, I'm not going to wear gloves. I've got them with me in my bag. I've got a little backpack on. But I haven't had any breakfast yet. Blimey, I've had loads of tea, but I haven't had no breakfast. So I'm going to get some when we get up here. Why are you ignoring my question? I'm not ignoring your question. What question? I can't see any question. Maybe. I'm guessing that you have wrote something controversial or political that I don't know answer, and probably I've already put it into my list of blocked words to keep politics out of the channel. Probably that's something to do with it where I can't see your comments. So if you want me to answer your comment, write it in things that are in a way that the block won't get you, and I'm not telling you which words have been blocked. But one of them begins with U, a big capital U. How's that? Does that give it away? Are you scared of, why would I be scared of President Putin? What, are you scared of your president, wherever you are, or whatever it is my question is it a special operation or a war? Well, according to the government here. It's a special operation. There you go. Who am I? I'm a nobody. I'm just a wannabe YouTuber, aren't I? A nobody, walking around doing live streams occasionally. You know, I can't give you the political answer to that. All I can tell you is what I'm told. Where it's everywhere, in every newspaper, in every place in the world, there is a special military operation. So, there you go. Even Trump is afraid of Putin, probably. No idea. I don't think political leaders of that kind of stature are afraid of anybody, are they? They've all got their mass security and what have you. You know, have you ever tried to get near a president of a country or the Queen in England? You know, you couldn't get near them, could you? Impossible. So, according to the president here, well, you sound scared of Putin with your response. Well, according to the president here, but I don't know where here is, do I? You know, you're on a worldwide live stream. You know, I don't know where you're coming from, do I really? You know, you'd have to tell me. You know, then we'll have a laugh at whatever silly question, whatever kind of silly thing you say. When will you be sent to the front line? Oh God, we're on that again. I'm not going to be sent to the front line, am I? I'm 56 years old, for goodness sake. You know, do you really believe all that nonsense? Come on. I'm not going to any front lines. I'm not here to talk about that anyway. You're talking politics, and I'm not doing it. It spoils the channel. I'm showing you Russia. I'm showing you the real Russia. I'm not showing you any propaganda or any lies. Or just the truth. You've seen what I'm seeing. So there you go. So I'm not doing that. Where are you from, sir? Sir, I am from the UK, United Kingdom, Grand Britannia, Velika Britannia, from England. I'm English. But this is Russia. This is Russia just outside of St. Petersburg. I think now this is, I'm in this is St. Petersburg, across the line, so now we're in St. Petersburg, but it's still the suburbs kind of thing. But it's part of St. Petersburg. I've seen a video of a 60-year-old on the front lines losing his legs. Maybe you have. Looks like East Europe. Looks like it might be you next. Why would it be me next? I'm in St. Petersburg, and the Ukraine war is in Ukraine, which is about 6,000 kilometers from here, so hardly likely is it. Do you still have a British passport? If so, we should revoke it. Well, that's a good question, isn't it? Do I still have a British passport? Well, I do, but it's out of date. I don't have it. It's not in date anymore. I just have a Russian passport. I don't feel the need to have an English passport at the moment. But I am a dual citizen, so if I want to, I can go and get it renewed. I can smell burning. You can't smell that through a telephone camera screen, but there's burning smell, of kind of rubbery smell. Somebody got something burning. But anyway, hi to you, brewing lovey. What is the cost of living there, and do they have good fishing? Right, you're gonna have to give me a chance to answer these. So there's a come out. The cost of living here compared to what? The cost of living is reasonable. If you're a Westerner in Russia and you've got a foreign income, the living is bloody good, I'll tell you. Unless you're from a third world no-name country who doesn't earn much, but if you've got a Western income, the living is very good. If you are a young man growing up in Russia and you've got decent qualifications, you're also going to have a good living. You're going to make good money. If you're a dropout from school who can only dig holes at the side of the road, then you're not going to earn good money, are you? Like any other place. So, cost of living, I don't know. Apartment rental, a flat or apartment, I don't know what you'll call it. In the centre of the city, you can pick up for about 20,000 rubles, which is what, under $200 a month. There you go. How's that? Put it in. What is your opinion on blue cheese? I love blue cheese. I love blue cheese. I adore blue cheese. I'll tell you, when I became addicted to cheese, to blue cheese, I used to drive from England to Russia a long time ago, but I used to do that every 3 months when I was first coming here, and I stopped in France at Dunkirk. And if anybody who's ever been to Dunkirk in France, there's a big shopping mall called, I think it's called Auchan, and it's just outside of Dunkirk. And I went in there and I thought, got to try some French cheese, right? Because like France is renowned for cheese, you know. And I took a piece of their cheapest blue cheese, you know, really cheap, really. And I couldn't believe the taste. Was like, oh my God, France, you are the world's best cheesemakers, better than anything else I've never had. And every time I passed through there later on in years, I always stopped and bought loads of cheese and fetched it over the border with me. But anyway, there you go. Would you recommend visiting Russia even as a UK veteran? Well, I'm a UK veteran, and I'm now got a citizenship, so yes, why not? Thanks. I pay $1,200 a month for a room in California. I'd definitely be a bit cheaper there. Yeah, I mean, but you got to remember, right? In California, you pay $1,200. What is your what percentage of your income is that? What, you know, what do you earn a month? If you're paying $1,200, you're probably earning over $2,000, right? That's a guess. I bet that room is not Venice Beach. Thank you for your service. You're welcome. I didn't actually, you know, when I joined the army in England when I was, 20, I didn't join for any kind of ideological reasons to serve the crown or anything like that. I mean, I'm not a royalist anyway. They all look like horses, don't they? But I joined for financial reasons. I joined the army because at the time Margaret Thatcher was destroying the UK, destroyed the industry, and I'm from Sheffield, where unemployment was very, very high. 6 million on the dole when I joined the army, and it was like 1 person in 10 or one in 6 was in work, put it that way. So for every 10 people, only 1 person was working. Absolutely destroyed the region. And one of the outlets, one of the ways to get out of poverty, to get out of a trap of being in eternal poverty, was to go into the military of one, you know, whether it be the army or the navy or the air force. And I chose the army as a way out. It saved me. I mean, if I hadn't joined the army, what would have I ended up as? Would have I ended up as a criminal? Would I now be some kind of drug addict? I don't know. So the military saved my life, really. You know, it's one of those things. You know, I can never be grateful enough to the people who I served with, and you know. Great time. I had some great opportunities that I would have never had, you know, if I'd have stayed in my little. I was actually living in Rotherham at the time, although I did signed up in Sheffield actually. But you know, if I'd have stayed in my little hometown, what would have become of me? I wonder. You know, no work prospects, or very little. I was working on building sites, it happens, but again. Very little prospects, very low wages, you know, and when you get in areas like that where you've got low wages and no work, it breeds criminality because people have nothing to do, they get bored. And it breaks down society, and we end up with drugs and all the rest of the problems that we're seeing now. You know, I was watching has anybody seen? If you've ever been on YouTube and look for a YouTube video called, I think it's called "Bodyguards Saved Me in Manchester." I think that's what it's called. I looked at it yesterday. It's a really famous YouTuber. He's got like 3 million followers or something or 6 million followers, bigger than Tucker Carlson, you know. And he went into Manchester and he filmed a video around Manchester, and I just could not believe what I was seeing. I was like shock horror. I haven't been in the UK for a good few years, and I was like absolutely shocked at what I was seeing. The amount of homeless people and the amount of people openly selling drugs on the streets, and then there's all these people dressed up as animals, furries. I mean, what's all that about? You know, is this some kind of joke or what? If it is, it's a sick joke, I can tell you. You know, I've never seen anything like it. But anyway, if you go on, if you're on YouTube today, I'll look for that. Manchester, Saved by Bodyguards in Manchester, I think it's called. Something like that, or Alone in Manchester. It's really, really, really famous YouTube. You can't miss the video. You know, I put it out yesterday, it just popped up on my feed, and I was like, oh my God, what are they showing? You know? Really surprised and shocked. I'm like, you know, thinking, what are they doing to the UK? You know, this is Kamaz. This is the Russian lorry they use for everything, everywhere. This is like super popular. They really are. I was like, what are they doing in the UK? You know. This is part of the roadworks they're doing it. They're redoing the infrastructure, the waste management system. Boom, updated. If you've seen any of my live streams or videos, that's what they're doing here. That's why they've got all these. This is why this road's all dug up and all turned to mush. It's actually they're doing this system, and it's all over here actually. There's a big part down here, I'll show you in a second. They're putting these massive pipes in the ground, and unfortunately it causes chaos on the roads. Everything's been dug up and put back and then redug up and then put back and then redug up again, you know. And so it's causing a bit of chaos. In fact, there's one of the concrete things over there you can see, and here it's completely dug up. It's actually better than it was a few days ago when I walked down here. It was mad. It's looking better now. Someone's beeping me. Pochta. So Pochta Aru. So I've just got a text message from Pochta Aru, which means that a parcel has. When you get a parcel here, you can opt to have it delivered to a pickup point, and that pickup point in my case Pochta Aru, which is post office in Russia, Pochta. And when it arrives, they send you a text message to tell you your parcel's arrived, and you can go and collect it. So, you know, really hello, little fish. Nobody's dangling it over in front of you today, little fish. Yeah, the Manchester thing, oh my God. What is this furry thing about? What are the people actually, is it for real or is it some kind of dress up game or what? I just can't work it out. I don't know whether they're serious or what. You know, I mean, kind of, I don't know. But it's in the gay district of Manchester, like the gay village, whatever they call it down there. I went past it some years, about 20 years ago. I went past it. I was like horrified then that they had a gay village. You know, I like saw it. I was like, what the hell? But and now it's gone. They've got these furries. People pretending to be animals. You know, what time is it there? It's 6:02 p.m. in Brisbane, Australia. Well, it is 11 o'clock in the morning here. Oh, I went to video mode. It's 11 o'clock in the morning, just 11 o'clock. So I had to wait actually before I could come out on my little trip because because it doesn't get light here in the morning now until around about 9:30 in the morning, and it gets dark again at about 3 o'clock. So we're only getting about 5.5 hours of daylight per day here at the moment, which is very depressing. I know, I hate it, but quirks of living in the northern hemisphere, innit? I'm happy. I am happy and very gay. Are you gay too? No, I'm not gay. Sorry. I'm not. I'm very glad for you. If you need to feel the need to proclaim your sexuality, good for you. But no, doesn't really, doesn't, like, you know, what do you call it? Nudging the fudge doesn't really do it for me, you know, kind of thing. But I'm happy for you. That's what you're into. You know, it's fudge nudger, otherwise known as an uphill gardener or chutney ferret. But anyway, whatever you want to be. I don't see why people need to go and proclaim. And it's funny, like, for me, somebody who's like, you know, who's gay, you know, why do they feel the need to proclaim it straight away, you know? I don't care what you are, you know. I don't care what you do in the bedroom. I have no interest, you know. I've got my own sex life with my wife, and that's enough for me, you know. It is odd that they feel the need to proclaim to everybody. I will take a walk up here. This is a place that is renowned for fly tippers. They keep tipping and they keep pulling it, taking it away. And it's really, this is really an abandoned, it's not abandoned road, but it's an out of use road that hasn't been used for years. And basically when I first came here, this was just a dirt track. Up here it was just nothing. And they've got these two abandoned buildings here, one there that's still abandoned, and another one there that's still abandoned. They've been abandoned forever. And this road here was just a dirt track, and they've come in and they've done a little bit of work. They've made this nice area here, and what they had was a lot of dustbins up here, and for people to put their collective waste, and it turned into just a massive pile of rubbish. And consequently they took the bins away again, and in fact it wasn't just, it was quite all over this area, and they took the bins away. And I can see already fly tippers are still coming down here at night time and dumping rubbish. You can see that this area here, beside this derelict building here, was completely covered in rubbish. In fact, where that sign is there, there's a sign. I'll show you this sign here. Keep your gay comments to yourself. Whatever. We're not interested. But anyway. So this area here was completely covered in rubbish from here, from this house right up to that lamppost and beyond. It was completely covered in rubbish, and you can see they put these bits of concrete down to stop it. And there's a sign there that says throwing your rubbish down here gets you a fine of 7,000 rubles if you get caught on video. Well, there is a video camera there, but it's facing the wrong way, and the fly tippers know exactly that. And so what they've done is they've fly tipped here instead, a bit further along. The scumbags. So universal problem, innit? All over the world, and here's no different. People will still fly tip. No doubt the authorities will come and clear it up for them. Yeah, horrible creatures doing that crap. But, so yeah, fly tippers. Here we go. Dear me. Why? But anyway. Where are we? Let's have a look here. The end is nigh, and only Jesus saves. The world is passing away for eternity. I think it is, isn't it? It's going mad. People dressed up as furries. Jesus saith, well, everyone has sinned, which condemns them to damnation without Jesus. And they said, believe on the Lord Jesus Christ, and thou shalt be saved, and thy house. Acts 16:31 KJV. What, I don't know what KJV is. Is that King John's version or something? Whatever. The Bible's a funny thing. There's so many interpretations of it. And basically the churches got together. I forget the name of the place where they did it. Was it Geneva? There was two times they did it. They got together, got the Bible, and which is not, Bible was never a thing, was it? It was a bunch of scripts put together, not scripts, documents, scrolls put together to form one book, and basically threw out the bits they didn't want. So yeah, you know, nice. You know, if it doesn't suit you, that's it. You sound Aussie, but where are you right now? Ukraine? No, I'm in Russia. This is Russia. Jesus does save. I save tons of money getting work done on my house. It was charged way too much, but Jesus saved me a lot of money. It's from UK. Reminds me of that. Shall I tell the joke? Shall I? Shall I tell you the religious? Sure, no, don't offend anybody. I've said it once before, my joke, and I won't do it again. Involved a priest and a boy, a little boy, which is quite a common theme in the church, in the Catholic Church apparently. He's British, not Aussie. I'm British. No, you're thinking about Aussie Spy, who joined me on live streams, and he was on some of my live streams. He will be again, because I'm going to convince him he don't want to come out the house. That's what it is. He's probably actually spying on this live stream, unless he's in bed. He'll come up and say something awful, I've no doubt. But I keep convincing him to get out and do live streams. But he's selling. He wrote a book. He's an author, Aussie Spy, and you can see it on his channel. He's got a live stream, an advert there, and you can go and watch that if you want. And buy his book that he wrote. He's actually an author. He's Aussie Spy, so. But a damn nice fellow as well. Can't recommend him enough. Real nice fellow. But like all Australians are nice, aren't you? You're nice people, Australians. We British get on with you, we Australians, and you know, we share the same kind of humour, don't we? So, in Australian Russia, there's plenty of Australians. There's quite a few actually, quite a few. I know of quite a number now. I didn't know before. When I first came, I didn't know anybody because there was no Telegram at that time. There was no YouTube was in its infancy. We didn't have smartphones. When I first came in, we were still on the old knappachki or button phones in English. So my first smartphone here wasn't actually here. It was back in when was it? I've forgotten. But it was a BlackBerry Pearl. Do you remember those things? Does that bring the good old days back? Good old gay life. Oh, you've got it, haven't you? You've got it bad, haven't you? You know. Yeah, the old BlackBerry Pearl. Does anybody remember them things? I think I had. I remember seeing the first. Do you know the first actual iPhone I ever saw? Really, I'd never, because you know. When I left England, they weren't around, but it was, you know, Blackberries were in their infancy. You know, BlackBerry Pearl was one of the first ones, wasn't it? Tiny little screen. God, I couldn't even see it now. But the first ever iPhone I saw was actually in Afghanistan, and I was working as a contractor, and a good friend of mine, Zeke, good Australian, he arrived with me at the same time, and we made friends, and. He had an iPhone. It was the first time I'd ever seen an iPhone. It was a revelation, you might say. So let's walk up this way. So I'll show you now some of the. So that's St. Petersburg down that direction, and this is Krasny Selo up this direction. This road is new, kinda. It was here, but it's been expanded. So. New surfaces, if you like. This is what I couldn't show you the last time I was down here because it was obviously night time and completely pitch black. In fact, I didn't even walk down this bit of road. I walked down the other bit, so I didn't know this track existed. Australia and UK have gun laws. That is what we share in common, and that is about a lot of drug heads. Yeah, what a gay time that was. Oh, Boquito, you really have got it, haven't you? You know, folderol troll, that's alright, you can troll away, because what I'll tell you, Boquito, whatever it is, all the trolling you do actually does me a lot of good, because what happens is, you see, YouTube sees reactions from people, love hearts and all the rest of it, and, you know, all that kind of stuff, and they see comments, and when they see a live stream and it's getting reactions, whether it be comments or love hearts or whatever it is, it throws the channel out to a wider audience because they see it's popular. So really, trolls, you actually do me a lot of good. Sorry to have to spoil your party, like, but every silly comment you write does me a lot of good. So you just keep it up. Just subscribe. Thank you for subscribing. All my subscribers are absolutely valued. Trying to get this channel going. I'm only actually 4 months into this channel, so it is growing nicely. It's growing nicely. It's going better than what I expected. Actually, I thought it would take a few years to get it up and running for a decent amount, and it's surprisingly how many people have. That's new there. It's a big square. How about that? Would you live in a house like that? A square blob, not painted purple by the looks of it. A purple square blob. How would you fancy that? You see, the amount of buses you get here is unbelievable. Infrastructure is crazy. It's just, I could jump on any of these buses and take me up to the town there, but didn't want to do that. Obviously, I want to show you this side of the town that I couldn't show it last time. So I'm just for you lovely people, I am walking over 5 kilometres up there, 5 kilometres back, and then I walk around. That's been doing about 14 kilometres today, I should think. I should have nicked my wife's watch thing that counts your steps, shouldn't I? She's got one of them. 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh, it's about 12 o'clock, is it now? It's 11:15. It's 11:15 here, so it looks depressing. Well, it's winter, isn't it? It's going to be depressing. It's rainy. But just for the old narrative that Russia's running out of diesel and petrol, not really. You can see there's a perfectly modern gas station or petrol station with no queues. That's never got queues in that one, actually. It's actually Rosneft is quite good quality fuel. In Russia, if you didn't know, look who's there. So that there is with the red stripe on that is the people who deal with transport. They're transport police. They're different to ordinary police, and he's there with a pair of lads on his roof, which means that he's fixing that camera up there, which I know does not work. One, that camera, the speed camera, does not work. And I would say that now he's there, that it will be working. So next time I come up here, I'll have to actually stick to the speed limit when I've got the van running, please. I'll have to work out how to get across here. How do you walk up there? How did I do it the last time? I can't even remember how I walked up there. No idea. So it's going to be very noisy, but I'm going to have to walk up the side of the bridge here. So bear with me. Oh no, there's a path. There's a path. I'm saved. I don't have to brave the bridge. I can walk along the path. So this was here when I came here. This bridge has been severely modified and repaired, rebuilt. This crossroads here, that house there wasn't there when I first came here. Ooh, we're getting a bit misty there, aren't we? The camera clean. That house there wasn't there, that's new. I watched that, it took them a while to build that actually. With a lot of, the ground was quite low and they had to bring a lot of ground in to level it up before they built it. But, one of my friends who, I don't know if you saw in one of my live streams, we were actually in the shops down the road there with Aussie Spy, and my friend who works in the photo place, photo booth thing, she actually lives just over there, not far there. So there you go. Double tap and drop it, everyone subscribe. Yeah, good idea. Where's your dogs? Place looks grim. It is grim, it's winter. My dogs, where are my dogs? My dogs are at home. The reason I don't bring the dogs because I'm alone, and controlling a dog in town, especially that dog, is a bit of a challenge, so I'm staying at home. Not only is it a challenge for that, but coming along this road, I I don't know how he would react to fast traffic like that. I'm not sure at all. Probably wouldn't be a good idea to bring up here. So quite a way down there. Quite a nice view from up here though. On this side of the road. See the river running through there. Settlement there. That would be. I think this is still Gorel over here. I think so. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I can get up here. Okay. So there is a way. Oh yeah, we've got a footpath. So this is all new here. This here is completely. There was a very, very single lane bridge along here when I first got it, and now you can see it's this massive. It's hard to even remember how it went before, but now I've got this 4-lane thing. I think it jumped over I think it jumped in 6 lanes here actually. But again, massive infrastructure investment, inward investment in the country. Big thing here. So this is where I walked last time in the dark. It's quite different in the daytime. Is this soil radioactive? What? Do you remember me? No snow. What's the place? Chernobyl's in Ukraine. This is Russia. You got the wrong place. Sorry. You need to get out your map and have a look on Google Earth. It's kind of different country, you know. Anyway, looks like a paradise. Paradise is half as nice. But what do you notice here in Russia is a lack of. I mean, obviously fly tippers. I showed you fly tippers down there, and that's a struggle all over the world. But generally in Russia, it's pretty clean. There are places where litter collects, and you don't see it often, but here you can see completely clean, good roads. You know, it's just been re-tarmacked this year actually again. So actually the road repairs are very swift here. They generally over the winter period, water gets in the tar and then freezes, and it puts potholes all over the road. And then in the summertime, they come along and usually resurface it. Most of these roads here get resurfaced either once a year or once every other year, depending. This one was done this year. You can see it's nice fresh white paint along it. Yeah, so this is the. I think this is the kind of the border of Krasny Selo and Gorelova. I think so. Looks like. Do you have a ladder car? Nope, don't have a ladder car. I've got a Sobol. Sobol is it's a van, a bit like a transit van, but it's a Russian version, made by a company called Gaz. So Gaz Sobol, which is a van that I will be getting rid of in the not too distant future, if I can get it to run in the first place. Which has had a minor problem with some electrics. I keep saying I'm going to fix it, and so far I failed. Oh, just haven't had a look at it. But anyway, you're not afraid of being in Russia, being an MI5 plant? Not really. Well, I was just thinking, where's all the graffiti and litter? Looks like it does it when it's put clean. Well, yeah, graffiti's not a big thing. It happens. Of course it happens. Well, some little dickhead comes out and sprays his name on something, but generally, not as much as the West. Nowhere near. It's actually, when it does happen, it's either painted over or cleaned up pretty damn quick. It's not something that's, I don't know why, it's not really a culture thing here to go and spray paint your name everywhere. But some kids tend to copy the West in some of the things they do, fashions and tagging things, I call it, innit? Tagging things, and it's kind of copied. You can see here, look, this road was it was a narrow road here. It wasn't much of a road of anything, and you can see now they've really gone over the top with with the infrastructure, they've really rebuilt it completely, and they've turned it into 6 lanes. I thought it was 6 lanes. You've got 6 lanes on a minor road like this. The speed limit is actually quite low here. It's 90 kilometers an hour, rated about 56 miles per hour along this bit of road here, and further up it's a bit slower, and further down it's a bit slower, but in the middle bit it's about 90, I think. Hello comrade, hello Mike, comrade, hello comrade June. Привет, товарищ. How are you doing today? So, yeah, just coming up to the, oh, there's a policeman coming. Think he's coming for me? I don't think so. I don't think they're interested in people walking around live streaming. But anyway, there he goes in his car. The light's going. Funny thing in Russia where police go along with the light flashing, but they don't have sirens on. They just kind of beep people out of the way. Or if they're trying to stop them, you can't see them because it's a noisy vehicle. But this like honky siren thing on that tells you to stop. Like, oh, okay, better stop before you get done. But so this is the road up, and you can see yet another mobile antenna. There's another one that's been put up. Look. There's one there, there's one over there, and there's one, that's why the signal's getting good here. So they've been hard at it putting those mobile towers up. This here, another Rosneft, another Russian petrol company, good company. I like this one. Again, not much traffic at this one because it's kind of on the way out of town, so not many people use it. But as you can see, there's no queues, no petrol shortage or any of that nonsense. Like, go in there and get coffee if you want. Same as every other kind of place. But this is all new here. This is all new. All these barriers that they put up are all new. It's all to keep noise out from the local population. Because like I said, it used to be this little tiny road up here. Wasn't much of anything really. It was just a very small road, and they've had to expand it because of the amount of building that's going on here. And as part of the expansion of the road, obviously the noise is huge from this, you can hear it. So they put these barriers up to keep the noise down. Let's walk behind this barrier area to see what the sound difference is. You know? This is where I walked before, but it was night time last time, so quite different. Let's see, there's a little bit of graffiti there, look on the thing. Tiny bit, somebody's squiggled a name. Comrade Stalin wants to meet you. Well, Comrade Stalin's going to have to wait because he's been dead how many years? 50 years and 60 years or whatever it is, so I'm afraid he's going to have to wait a bit longer. I'm not quite ready for popping my clothes yet. Not far off, but you know, not yet. Carry a sign that says F Putin, what would happen? He'd probably get arrested for it. Indecency in public, you know. Probably, I don't know, never tried it. Why would I want to? He's my president. It's much cleaner than I imagined, cleaner than London anyway. Well, yeah, I mean, you know, I'm going into town now in a minute. It's just not far up here, another kilometre or so. Another 5-minute walk and we'll be in the town, and you'll see quite a difference in, you know, from when I remember being in London. It was very a lot of rubbish on the streets, and now full of homeless, which is terrible. I really feel sorry for those people who've been homeless. I mean, whatever happened to society where there's so many homeless people? You know, is there nothing they can do about it? I see on YouTube, you know, it comes up on my feed on YouTube, you know, about the homeless people, the homeless problem. And like, my God, young people, you know, young men, 30 something, out on the streets at night time, you know, you know, sleeping in a sleeping bag in a shop doorway. That was very nice. Hey, I'm jumped up. You know, How much for a gallon of gas? A gallon. A gallon. Let's have a look. So you got 4.5 litres to a gallon, right? It's about 40 cents. So 40, 120, about $1, $2.40 a gallon, I think, somewhere about there. About $2.40 a gallon. That's a very rough estimate that I'm working along. Cost of living crisis. It's terrible. It is terrible. What are they playing, you know? They've got a cost of living crisis. They're claiming more tax off the taxpayer in the UK. You know, cutting all these benefits down or whatever. And there they are giving billions to bloody Ukraine. You know, what happened to look after the English first? You know? Craziness. That's a universal thing in Russia. Standpipe, water. You can then get your water if you want. Some houses, especially down that area, were not connected up to mains water. They never were. It's kind of, like I said, it's having this massive infrastructure put in now. A lot of people were in houses like that kind of thing, old houses, and they were on wells and things like that, and septics, and now it's all being redone. So now they're getting all that whole area down there is getting mains water and the main sewerage connected up, and gas. So they're getting all that put in. So that's a relic from the past. Donald Trump is too old to be a leader. I don't know. He seems to be doing a pretty good job, doesn't he, of cleaning up the US and stopping the fentanyl coming in. I mean, they've complained about these boats getting blown up, haven't they? You know, with these drugs, trying to import drugs into the US. You know what I mean? Why can't the UK do that? Every time they see these dicks in boats bringing drugs in, blow them up. You know, the death and misery they cause dealing drugs. I have no sympathy at all. What, you know, how could you have sympathy for drug dealers? Not for me, sorry. I'm sorry if you're a drug dealer, I'll put a bullet in the back of your head tomorrow. I won't think nothing about it. You know, destroys lives. Seen it firsthand. Destroys lives, absolutely. So, somebody's had a bit of a bang there, aren't they? Somebody's got into the barrier from the other side and given it a bit of a whack. Well, that was painful. Right beside the post there. Ooh, came to a sudden stop, I'll bet. So if he had an airbag in, or he would have been kissing the dashboard with his nose. Especially if he's not got a seatbelt on. And usually you find accidents like that on the main road. If somebody's been drinking too much, drunk driver, so chances are without a seatbelt, and then they come down and do things like that. Just coming up here now to the... I didn't actually... When I was walking down here before, I never showed this because it was completely dark, I couldn't see it. I didn't even realise there was actually a church here. Quite a small local church. I'll give you... You just see the golden onion dome, you know, typical Russian onion dome over there, the corner. I'm not sure you can get on camera. But anyway. Are there any junkies in Moscow? I do not know. I don't live in Moscow. I've only ever passed through it. It's not my end of the country kind of thing. But I would imagine so. But, I mean, there's drugs everywhere in every country, isn't there? But you don't see it on the streets here. You never see that. I've never seen it yet. If there are people who take drugs, they do it very secretly. Because drugs offences here are very serious. I mean, like, if you get caught even with a single joint of marijuana, you can go to jail for 7 years for it. It's really serious. So anything like that is done very secretly. I've never smelled marijuana here, not once. Whereas I know in London, I used to deliver to King's Cross in London, and the smell of marijuana in London, just in the street, is unbelievable. And here, I've not come across that anywhere. That's not, I'm not lying, it's just haven't seen it here. But anyway, what's the penalty for drunk driving? Penalties for drunk driving here. Well, immediately lose your license, lose your vehicle, and a good chance that you'll end up in jail, depending on how much damage you've done. It's kind of 50-50 jail or a mighty fine. So somebody built a chairhouse and a bench. Yeah, it's expensive if you get caught drunk driving. Don't recommend it. Jesus, 7 years for a single joint. Oh yeah. How much do you get paid to promote Russia? I get paid millions. I'm expecting my first million for pumping out propaganda, showing the truth. I've spent it already, and I'm waiting for my next paycheck, so that's why I'm walking. So I'm waiting for the next million straight from the Kremlin. It'll be coming any day now, I'm sure. Until then, I've got to walk. So there you go. So can you bribe your way out of it? Don't know. Might be able to. Said hi, Sinead McKenna. How you doing? They don't smell marijuana in North Korea either, but would you want to live there? Well, no, oh, there we are. So that's the local church here. See? Very traditional Russian church with onion dome. Very small one. And whatever. So, very nice. Where are you headed? This is I'm going into Krasny Selo. Or in English, direct translation would be red town, kinda reddish town. So that's what it's called. And I'm just showing you what I couldn't show the last time, because last time I came down here on the live stream, I had to walk back from here to show that it isn't dangerous, and because everyone seems to think you're going to get madly attacked in Russia for some reason, which is wrong. And I came down this way, but it was completely dark the last time. I didn't get a chance to show this, so I'm coming up this way today, this way, deliberately walking, because obviously with my millions that get paid from the Kremlin, I don't really need to work. I can just get a helicopter, you know. But so without my helicopter today, and I'm walking, showing you this bit, the good and the bad, warts and all, you know. There is no hiding anything, you know. I'm not just showing you the nice bits. I'm showing you walking from my house to the town. So, you know, I'm not what do you call it? I've not beamed across and missed anything, you know. So, show us the Christmas tree. I'll try and find it. I'm not sure where it is. Million rubles are about £5. Is that England? No, England's not this clean here, kidding. This is Russia. Show us the Christmas tree. I'll show you the Christmas tree when I can find it. I'm not sure where it is. I think it's on the main square. I'll have to have a look. There is one here, I'm sure. There always is. In fact, you know, it's in the park on the left, I remember. But although I know this town very well, you know, I know the layout, because I've driven through it a billion times. I don't actually know much about the inside of the town, apart from the odd shop. I've never done much exploring in the town, really. And neither's the wife either. She doesn't know the town. She knows St. Petersburg like the back of her hand. She can go anywhere. But as me in St. Petersburg, I'm totally lost straight away. But I'm not a townie, you know. I like the countryside and the trees more than this kind of stuff. That's the new road that they're putting. That's the new bypass road you can see going on a big flyover or bridge overhead, and that goes up to a ring road that passes around the city. This is the original This is where the original road came up before. So it's a single track came up here, and it was one little road here, and they've expanded and put all that on there and all that side as well. And over the other side there was where that fence is. There was actually a house right on the very edge there at one point, and they've taken that down. They've demolished it, and they put this big bridge in here and whatever. Compulsory purchase. So it's all new here. This road here where I'm now is the original bit. This up here hasn't changed very much because obviously the road was here before, being modernised a little bit, but basically the same road. So some signs up there saying Grazdanskaya Ulica, which means border street, and Aviazione Ulica, aviation street, called Aviation Street. Quite a popular name, that, Aviazione, or that kind of title for a street. Quite popular here. Why, I don't know. Aviation Street, who knows why. Whew. How cold there. It's not cold, it's warm today. I've got too many clothes on. Is it rush hour? No, but attended. Is it rush hour? No, this is not rush hour. No, when it's rush hour, you'll see the millions of cars here. This is daytime, no rush hour here now. Are you taking us to the town Christmas tree? Someone stole my town Christmas. Somebody stole your town Christmas tree, really? Like town Christmas trees, like huge, aren't they? How the hell would you get that in your boot? Nick the Christmas tree. I can't imagine it. Bus stop, as you can see. Again, litter bin, and not a single bit of graffiti. Not one piece on this one. Oh, there was. Some little gits come on and scrawled in it. You can't see it's been cleaned off, but you can just see the outline of it. But yeah, clean. And that's typical in Russia. That's absolutely typical. That over there is the Maz Service Centre. Maz Service Centre is Maz is a really popular lorry brand. I think they're actually from Belarus machines, but Maz is the brand. Really, I used to drive a Maz here, a Maz lorry, and that's the service centre up there if you want to get it serviced. Expensive though it is, I believe. The Maz I had, we did our own repairs, so never went in there, but that's where it is. Yeah, thought somebody was telling me off there. It's actually the traffic light, the traffic signal talking to me. Jeepers, made me jump. Yeah, electric substation. So, China, is this China? No, it's Russia, I told her. You need a microphone that blocks wind noise. I do have a microphone, but what you get, and it's common amongst YouTubers, is the microphone's battery powers die, and then you're left with that mic, and the only thing is though, you don't realise it while you're going along. You're talking to yourself, nobody can hear anything, so it's better to go straight on the telephone microphone. It's not so noisy. It's noisy by the road there, but it should be okay now. See housing being built here. This is part of the old road as well. This is where the road ran up there, and it's obviously been rebuilt, been widened and whatever. It's quite nice here. I hadn't realised how nice it is here. So I've not a bit of snow remaining from the snow that we had. So where's Putin? How would I know? In the Kremlin, I'd imagine. That's where the president sits. It's a block of Europe. This is Russia. Russia. Not Europe. Russia. I figured it might be. It's just outside of St. Petersburg. It's Leningrad Oblast. Len Oblast, I call it for short. Leningrad. St. Petersburg in the town is still St. Petersburg, but it's part of the greater Leningrad Oblast. It's still called Leningrad Oblast. And I think they're talking about renaming Volgograd back to Stalingrad. They're having some vote up there about it, so maybe that Volgograd goes back to being called Stalingrad. Don't know. There was on TV, some young girl came up to the president live on TV and said, is he going to be renamed Stalingrad? And he was and President Putin was like, oh, you have to ask the local people about that. So kind of funny, she caught him off guard, you know. He wasn't phased. But Привет! Где Putin? Дома! Doма Kremlin. They allow you to live stream. Why would they not allow me to live stream? Why not? Oh, right. You think that Russia's got the same kind of dictatorship they have in Europe and in the West? Nope, we're free here. MI5 operatives are everywhere. No doubt they are. You're not going to bite me, are you? No. No. Don't listen. You're being a good boy. Oh, you're being a good boy. You're a good boy. Yeah. Ostrożny. Says, be careful, dog. Yeah, I'm going to be careful. I'm not going to near that. Thank you very much. So, come into town. That's... Yeah. I hear you. Good boy. Good boy. Oh, he's not really aggressive. He's just saying, keep out. Keep away from my fence. So that's the town down there. Sorry, that's the road into the town. And then coming in this way into town. Quite nice leafy suburbs down here. Into Krasny Selo. And then it comes into the town in a minute. Then we'll try and find that elusive Christmas tree that's supposed to be here. Something asking me about. Looks like Rotherham. I'm from Rotherham. Well, I'm not from Rotherham, I'm from Sheffield, but I lived in Rotherham a long time. Yeah. I pulled a computer chip out of my nephew's spinal flight way off from London. Ugh, nice. I can't imagine doing that. So this is, I'll show you the town name. I'll show you it. There we are. So this is, that says Prospect Lenina, Krasny Selo. So, Lenin Prospect. The Prospect being like any other Western naming convention, you know. Or Lenin Street, if you like. There you go. I am rather warm now. I'm going to have to undo my jacket. I thought I'd put the wrong jacket on, but I thought, you know, it's going to be cold if I'm walking around Moosa throughout. But come up there a bit quicker and a bit warmer now, so. Whew, a bit too warm. Watch from Donny, from Doncaster. Like Bean. Yes, I know Doncaster quite well. Donny. How's Doncaster these days? I was taking a photo of him drawing a picture and I could see the IR light in the camera under his skin. Really? Is that for real? Do they do that these days? Is that to check how many people have become furries? Have you been to an Orthodox church out there? Yes, I have. I am baptized Orthodox, Christian Orthodox or Russian Orthodox. So yes, I have been to church. Although I don't believe in it. I'm not a follower, but I am baptized. Kind of thing. But anyway, give us a bastard. Bastard, I would say. Вы живете в России, и лучше ли там, чем в Великобритании? Yep, Великобритания это просто катастрофа. But anyway, so anybody only would walk in this weather. No Russians, there's a granny walking a lot, so there's a granny. But it's a nice weather, isn't it, you know? It's not snowing, it's not raining. I mean, what more can you say? That over there used to be a vet's office, and I'm not sure if it still is. It changed hands, I don't know how many times. It was a vet's, and then it was a wine shop, and then it was something else. So they've got a, what is that there? After Zapchasty, so car spares, and I don't know what else it is. Don't know what that says, can't read it from here. Too far away. Ozone pickup point is, so that's for online shopping, and no, I can't read it from here. No idea what that is. No idea. But it's some kind of business. Oh, it's a shop. Shop of some kind. Kusner. Don't know. And enjoy your walk out, kid. Hey up back, kid. What Tarkov map is this? Tarkov? What's Tarkov? Don't know what that is. But anyway, this is the town you can see coming into view now. Just about, if the tree's not bully. I keep saying about infrastructure investment into Russia, and again, this is absolutely brand spankers. Ain't even finished yet, and you can see they've been hard at it. Well, I don't know where it's going to be. Not really. God knows where it might be. 2 stories and a very deep. So it's the bridge over the river here, stream. You can see even the stream down here is not full of litter. Quite clean, you know. Well, it's for rent, so it's going to be units, I guess. So rental units, it says up there for rent at the end. You've got a number you can call, and a big advertisement for KFC, now called Rostex, but it's KFC under a different brand name. Because like KFC left under protest, didn't they? Yeah, whatever. But yeah, that's big KFC, but it's still running as usual. Same menu, same over, just under different name, different branding, but same stuff. Well, good on here. They make a nice job of that. Make a nice job. Oi. Oh, there's a bus. But, you can see that's the old part of it. Oh, what's that say? So they've got, I don't know if you can see this, I'll show out, but you see these things in the grass here. It's where they put flowers in the summertime, so they plant it with flowers, or they're planning to plant it with flowers. I hadn't noticed it before, but like I said, this road down there was all redone, and I guess they've tidied it up here. There was a lot of trees down here, and a lot of them have been removed, and so it looks like they've got it ready for planting in the summertime. They're covered in flowers. I won't be able to show you that because summertime I will be in Novgorod, won't be here. Glad to say. So it's not such a bad. Zombies behind you. Zombies. Zombies, that means I need like a machete or something, doesn't it? Walking Dead type thing, you know. No zombies, no zombification here. I think you need to go for, what's that videos I keep seeing on YouTube? Was it Portland in America? It's full of, you know, human zombies that stood there, you know, narked out on drugs, completely bonkers. Oh, there's nothing like it. Interview someone walking by. Interview someone walking by. Interview somebody walking by. What do you want me to interview them about? If I see a pretty girl, I will. But generally, I don't interview people. Not really my thing. My channel is really about life here, and from a Westerner's point of view. So really, the viewpoint of a local is not really relevant, is it? You know, where are we off? New to the channel. We're off to Krasny Selo. This is Russia. Hello, something. Anthony Hardik. Hello. How are you doing? So yeah, we're off to Krasny Selo, which is in Russia, just outside of St. Petersburg, Leningrad Oblast. And it's Krasny Selo in English would be red town, I guess, or red town, red village. Selo is kind of a town, it's a small town. So it's a small town, not too far from where I live because I've just walked here. So, Borovaya ulica. So you can see here, this is the kind of, this has been developing over some time here. When they put the new road in, you see the older type houses there, and then obviously the newer stuff coming up here. And a lot of them, this one, particularly over here, the one we're coming towards, was completely derelict for a long time. and it's been completely revamped into whatever it is now. No idea. That's the veterinary over there. One of the veterinaries. There's quite a few here actually. My dog has been to one of them. One of my dogs has. Kind of thing. But veterinaries quite common here. Normal stuff. Is it safe to travel there? Sorry if it's a stupid question. No, not a stupid question. It's completely safe. You can see I'm here speaking English in a loud voice in the town, and nobody bothering me. You know, I don't feel like I'm going to be stabbed to death or murdered to death. You see, even young people going about the business, nobody's giving them any trouble. You know, it's quite a difference between, you can see that building's been revamped, new roof on whatever. It was derelict for a long time. Actually, a row of shops along here. Oh, just along there, look. Yeah, a big difference between here and from what my memories of England was that whenever I was in England, if you saw a group of youths, somebody towing a car, if you saw a group of youths at the corner, especially in hoodies, you take a wide berth, a really wide berth, or just about turn, you know, or at least keep your eyes away from them, because it's your chance are you're going to get robbed. Here, if you see a group of youths, chances are, if you ask them a question, they'll give you the right directions, you know, kind of thing. So, completely different way of it. Russia is one of the safest places to walk for females at night here, and for males. Very, very little street crime here. Very, very safe. Where are we? Oh. Eric is the same city with the same store. I didn't used to like that, yeah. I live in USA. Yorkshire is setting up 15 mile cities ready for martial law happening here in the UK too. Yeah, I bet they are. Yeah, I bet they are. Terrible. Looks like internment centres. Is that safe in Russia? He's right, the youth in this country is absolutely crazy. I mean, I can't say from a recent point of view because I haven't been in the UK for a while. All I can tell you is what I've seen on the media, which is, I mean, I couldn't look at the BBC for a start. They're just full of lies all the time, aren't they? What's the time looking at them? But from YouTube videos I've seen, there's somebody going around showing the worst towns in the UK, and I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, is this really an accurate picture of the UK these days? Is it? I mean, is it that bad? I just don't know. I don't know what to believe. It makes me worried that if I was to ever go back to the UK, even for a visit, I would be kind of worried, because now I'm not young anymore, you know. I'm now 56, almost 57, and running away from youths probably wouldn't do me a lot of good, would it? You know. Yeah, I don't think I'd feel safe going back to the UK now. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It really is. It's a shame, you know. UK was such a brilliant country. You know, we had it all. The UK had it all. You know, biggest empire in the world, ruled half the world, more than half the world. You know, industry, Sheffield Steel, for instance. I mean, my God, they could take a lump of iron ore out the ground in one end of a factory and come out a finished product at the other end, and not just a finished product, the best quality product. Sheffield Steel, Sheffield knives, renowned throughout the world, you know. Every corner of the world you go into. I'm surprised to hear actually, I've never come across a made in Sheffield kind of cookery. I wouldn't be surprised if I do, but you know, yeah. So it's you know, oh dear me, I can't imagine why it's got that bad. Are there all tradition and pride beaten out of you? So that's really, yeah. The other two are showing it off or showing the truth. I'm moving to Brazil in February. I'd rather be with my wife there than sit in a sinking ship like the UK. I mean, yeah. So sad, innit? Sad. I'm going to show you something here now that I don't think another YouTuber's ever shown you from Russia, and that is the graveyard. I'm not going to go right close to it, but this is the town graveyard, and as you can see, a lack of military graves. For those who keep saying Russia's losing and Ukraine's winning, a lack of military graves. Yeah, does that tell you everything? Do I really need to compare it with Ukraine? Not really, but just something that's you know, something. There's a couple of military graves there, but not many. But anyway, yes, it is D's, the disgusting. We can't even fly our flag now. Pisses off Muslims. I mean, why can't you fly your flag? I mean, what is their religion? They're Muslims, right? What has their religion got to do with where they live? You know what I mean? So why would the country? I don't get that at all. You know, it's like say I was Muslim, right? But I lived in Russia. I would still fly the Russian flag. I'd still feel Russian, right? If I was living in Spain, I'd want, you know, whatever religion it was, I'd still be under the Spanish flag, wouldn't I? So why is it when they come to Britain, suddenly they have to remove all the British flags? I don't get that. How is it offensive to Muslims? How is a nation's flag offensive? It's just beyond me how they could, you know, how it could be that way, you know. Now, so over here we've got petersburg. It's a slightly higher quality supermarket, and then over here you've got Bukov, don't know what that means. Bukov, no idea. Alphabet, maybe it's a bookshop. And then you've got there's quite a few interesting shops in there actually, but I'm not going to go in. We'll go past it anyway. I'm going to go to the other side of town today, not the and there's the other side of the cemetery, and you can see again lack of military burials. There's one or two. So it tells you everything, doesn't it? You know, the actions, let the pictures speak for themselves. You know, 0 cents, don't trade in Logicon 2025. Well, it's taken so long for us to take. What's taking so long for us to take over Ukraine? Because they're doing it as it was. You'd have to look at it. I'm not an expert on this. You know, I was in the army, but I'm like not an expert on taking over countries. You know, different thing altogether, innit? You know, I was a soldier, but they're doing it surgically, basically. Basically taking one part at a time and causing a minimal amount of damage. That's why they're doing it. I mean, you're telling me that Russia could not drop a couple of 3-ton bombs on the centre of Kiev and flatten it? Because they could, absolutely they could, you know, but they don't. People are still sitting in cafes in Kiev in this street, so you tell me, surgical, trying not to destroy the infrastructure as much as possible, you know. But anyway, remember 250 years ago when your new colonel get pissed off or booted you all out? Now you know why. I don't know what that refers to. So over here we've got so this is shawarma cafe restaurant, and it's not really, it looks Arabic, the writing, but it's not actually. It's in Russian. It's just put in kind of Arabic-y kind of style, but it's not. It's shawarma is like fast food here. And you got the normal shops, Salon Krasoti, which is the beauty shop. And Norman, it's again another same things. Rather warm now. Whew. Now I've slowed down. I'm really warm, so I have to slow down a bit warm and let the heat escape a bit. Get a bit moist under my coat. Where are we? Please don't fight anyone. Let's love one another. I am from the Philippines. I agree with you. I don't want to see anybody. Who wants to see war? It's a terrible thing. Vladimir Putin is fighting the war in the first place. I don't know. You know, I'm not a war commentator. I'm not a war journalist. I don't know. Look at people who know better than me. I'm a nobody. I'm a YouTuber. I'm just showing you life here. I'm not going to become drawn into long political things. It's not my thing. It's kind of pointless, you know. There's so much of it on YouTube, on the news, and Telegram, everywhere. Really, my opinion on that is minimal, you know. Oh God, here we go. Little Ukraine is kicking Russia's ass. Of course it is. Of course it is. Absolutely. They're advancing backwards. That's, it's like the old joke we used to have in the army, you know. Follow me, I'm right behind you, kind of thing. But all pistons the same. And the next guy after storm won't be any better. Yeah, it's just happening and commenting on it. So thanks for the humour. First thing in the morning, you're welcome. Bit of humour. It's everyone likes a bit of humour, don't they? I do. I like a good laugh. That's what I like about coming out with Aussie Spy. I can have a good laugh with him because he's got the type of humour. And although he can be quite, he has serious moments. He's got an eye for YouTube videos. Vlogger. I am starting. There will be some videos coming out shortly. I am working on something, so keep an eye on the channel. Rather than a million shorts that I put out, I am going to work on something, and it will be out shortly. In the winter, before I go back to Novgorod. In the summer, where it's full-on build videos every week, but for the time being, it's other things. But we've got some building related stuff coming up. I've got something really to film. I was supposed to film in it today and I've not done it. Something that's really we've checked, and I've had an AI check YouTube for what I've got planned, and nobody's done it yet. Something really for tool enthusiasts. Keep your eye on the channel. There's something coming up that nobody else has done. A really good hack that I thought up. If you don't know, I am interested in electronics, a hobby, and I come up with a hack for electric drill batteries that nobody else has done. So that will be coming out hopefully in the next few days, and we'll see how it does. It's going to be unique. So watch the channel, you might be the first one to see it. You never know. But anyway, next box is Venezuela. Yeah. It's always the weather. Look, gloomy in Russia. What time is it? I have no idea. Look on Google. What? The wind noise is horrible. Oh yeah, wind noise is horrible. That's what happens when there's wind. I can cup it a little bit, but it's basically traffic noise you're hearing more than anything. So this has been here forever. This place. This is yeah, every kind of small dinky little shop was possible. And then again, typical Russian phenomenon where you get millions of chemists. What do you call it? What would you call that? Chemists, apotheca, the place where they sell drugstores. So you get in Russia, they tend to be collected in one place. So you get like one there, one behind it, one over there. So you get like 4, and I think there's one over there. Probably 5 in one spot. It's really a phenomenon here, where they have these masses of these chemists in one place. I don't know why it is. It's, I asked my wife about it, and she looked at me like, you know, like I'm strange, you know. So, that's where the chemists are, you know. Yeah, but why are they all together? Because that's where they are. You never give me an explanation why they cluster them together. You'd think being in direct competition with each other, they'd be kind of spread out, but they're not. It's weird. It's kind of like the Costa and Starbucks phenomenon, where if you find a Costa, there's Starbucks next to it or across from it. Or in England, it was the Lidl and Aldi phenomenon. You get a Lidl, you get an Aldi beside it, kind of thing. You know. I guess that's what it is. I almost moved to Russia 15 years ago, but to set a half-dozen large dairy farm complexes. I kind of regret going. You should visit. I advise anybody to visit Russia and see for yourself. You know, you can watch YouTube videos, there's plenty of them, and there's plenty of live streamers now. And yeah, if you don't know, there's a guy called Plastic Russian. He's called Chris Plastic Russian. He's in Anapa on the coast there. Go look at his channel, Plastic Russian, and he's got a great channel. He does live streams almost every day down there. And a completely different area, you know, where they've got hot weather down there. They're kind of 30 plus degrees when we're sort of minus. Hot area. But Plastic Russian, I'll look at his channel. And of course, Aussie Spy, who does his urban exploring and Soviet stuff. Good friend of mine, you'll find his channel. And he is selling a book. He's an author. And go on his channel and find out all about that. Aussie Spy. The same link to some of my collaborations. You can hunt through the channel a bit. Do you live in Russia? Yes, I live in Russia. What made you move? What made me move? Two things made me move here. One was love for my wife, and the other was financially. It's better for me to be here than it is to be in UK. I can live on a small pension here that I couldn't do in the UK. So, two reasons. So, more Christmas decorations, New Year's decorations that will be lit up later, I suppose, when it gets a little darker. It gets dark about 3:30 now. 3:30, 4 o'clock, and that's it. Lights are on. So it's, I'll sneak across the short with nobody here, so shouldn't do that really. It's illegal to do that in Russia. You're supposed to wait at the side of the road. A lot of people do. There's actually a bun shop up here, and I'm getting hungry, so I wonder if I think there's a bun shop. There used to be in the corner over here, patisserie, or a precania called here. So make you feel hungry, see what's on for sale up there. I'm sure Ed to him is by Sunday, right? I'm not sure. Aren't you worried about being drafted to war? No, there's no draft here, sorry. So it's fake news, I'm afraid to tell you. Sorry, there's no draft here. There is what they call. Well, okay, so let's clarify this. I've been asked about this so many times. There is a draft, okay, but it's like kind of national service. Basically, young men between the ages of 18 and 30 go, not 18, it's 18? I might be 21 and 30. Go and they do 1 year's service within Russia as national service. They don't go anywhere near Ukraine. They are completely conscripted to, and they do things like, you know, whatever conscripts do, you know, not a lot really. Learn how to be military, march up and down, that kind of stuff, you know. They don't go anywhere near Ukraine, they're not used in Ukraine. That's all there is for drafting. There is no draft for people, the average people. Because it's an operation, not a war as such. Why aren't you on the front line? Why aren't you on the front line? You're so keen, why don't you go? Yeah. I'm not keen to go on any front line, thanks, I'm too old. But, if you're so keen, I'm sure if you go to Ukraine embassy, they will drag you off to the front lines, I'm sure, as quickly as possible. Just don't expect to come back alive, you know? Oh, someone's beeping. I wonder what they're beeping at. Now this is another phenomenon you see in Russia where you've got blocks of flats. Shops, which is convenient for the locals, you know. So I've run out of something in the night, 24-hour chemist below you, come and get your tablets. So, good idea. And then over there is the municipal building over there. That's the place where the city administration is, and that kind of stuff. And over here you've got the church, it's the main church of the town, I think it is. But don't quote me on that one. But it is the one that everybody knows about. That's the sort of square, parade square kind of thing. And that is the church. Another typical Russian church with the onion dome. Not many on this one. Not quite as ornate as some of them. But, that is it. It's right in the town centre, and you can see, not damaged or whatever. So we'll walk down to the park. I think you can walk through the park from here. I'm not sure. I think you can. Let's try it. Wait for lights. Yeah, I've got green, so we'll go across this way. I was thinking of going down there. So down through the park we'll go. We'll go through it. Of course, here, as in every good Russian town and park, there is a monument to Vladimir Lenin, hero of the revolution, and it's just down here. Well, I've got to walk to Lenin, say hello to Lenin, and there's actually a war memorial here with an eternal flame, but if we go down there I have to be kind of quiet and respectful. So there's Vladimir himself, as we've got nice benches here to sit on for that way inclined. So VI Lenin, there's Lenin himself, the great man. And again, another phenomenon in Russia where only Russia's, so Russia only uses PMC. No, they use regular forces. Здравствуйте. Brandov, you took us here. I remember you're by the World War II. That's right, by the World War II. You can see it just down next to the. There's a flame flickering down here. Centre of town with the same eternal flame. I will go down there because there's other people who haven't seen it, and it's kind of something to behold. I can't imagine seeing anything like this in England. Really couldn't. But coming to a place like this, it's kind of keeping voice down. Well, there's nobody around, nobody can hear. I still keep my voice down and be respectful to the memorial, because obviously this is Second World War memorial. So I'll walk past this here. There's a bar bush coming down, so I'll go a bit quicker to get past it. Yeah, connection's not great. Yeah, I would expect it to be a bit lower here in the park. So here's the memorial. You can see. I'm not going to go in there today. I'll just give a quick view, then I'm going back out onto the main road. But here is the memorial to the fallen. Hopefully hushed voices here. That's the memorial to the fallen, Second World War. And you can see there's obviously flowers laid at the memorial, as there is in all year round at these memorials. All the time, always flowers at these memorials. So anyway, we'll pass on and back up to the main road, and then in fact, I'm going to go. I can see a red flag up there. I don't know why there's a red flag up there, but I'm going to have a look. Don't know where it is, but you see the parks are all clean, not full of drug users and needles, and there's even a bird thing there. Somebody's hung up. Feed the birds. But, you see very, very well looked after parks here. Parks that really are a lot of them in Russia. There's a lot of them, an awful lot of recreational parks that you can go into. So they're very nice, they're very well kept, and whatever. There's very little litter. You get the odd bit. There's always some lost a hat there, but generally very clean, kept well maintained, and whatever. So out of here, Oh, it's on someone's got a red flag up for some reason. But, do you think they tap into your stream? I hope so. So I think my service provider is telling me that I'm about to run out of data, so I may have to cut this off and redo my data. I've got another phone with me, my backup phone that I can flick to if this cuts off. Not a worry. I don't think they'd tap into my stream. They might be watching. That'd be nice. A few extra viewers. I'm not going to complain about that. I'm doing a big fats just in case everyone. That's nice. Nice for you. What a charming young person you are. I wonder what dragged you up. I'm sure maybe you've got some kind of fetish about bodily functions. Maybe you're one of them furry people that I saw on the YouTube thing. You know, do you go to the toilet in the street, or do you cock your leg, or do you actually go to the toilet? And talking like those furry people, do they use toilets, or do they just like squat down in the park or something? How does that work? So I read somewhere about some teacher getting sacked in England for not letting the kids identify as cats, some girls, and then a bit later on it came out, it was a story in the media, it was all over it, what's funny, that the school had actually put cat litter trays down for the kids. I mean, I don't know if that's true or not. They denied it, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was true. Kind of bonkers, how daft can you get? How cold is it? It's not cold, it's about plus something or other. It's probably plus 3 or 4 today, I think. Not cold at all, really. It was cold and then it got warm again. That's typical St. Petersburg, where obviously we're right surrounded by sea here. You know, we've got the Finland close by, Estonia, and we've got the sea there, and because of that, St. Petersburg gets an awful lot of humidity. In summertime here, it can hit 100%, well, it is 100% most of the time, and even in winter, the humidity is at 100%. So, really, really, really moist in the air. And because of that, you get the snow melting and thawing and freezing again, kind of thing. You know, it's never stationary for long. I'm getting really hungry. I'm gonna have to go for something to eat shortly, for I die of hunger. In case anyone wants to know, I'm sleeping very comfortably. That's nice. I've heard of that before. Teacher got sentenced to 20 months custodial for social media post about immigrants. Well, that's what happens when you live in a democratic free country, isn't it? You know. Oh God, what's it saying me now? Sending me a message. So what's the message he's saying? I got no idea. Garbage. But anyway, I can smell something now. Street food. I can smell that. Where's that coming from? It smells very nice. And I'm very hungry. Maybe I'll have to go for something. I might have to cut this off and go and feed my face. And there's a fixed price and some other fixed prices. Yeah, in English, you noticed. That there was a law passed that all shop signage had to be put into Russian, because it was getting to a point where everything was in English and locals don't understand it. So they brought out a law, but some of them still haven't changed their signage into Russian, still in English. So fixed price one of them. Maybe it's because it's a brand. I don't think brands have to be changed, like T2 over there, you know, things like that. But I am noticing a distinctly less and less English signage But you know, what would you expect? There's the, that's the, another, what do you call it? Graveyard over there. Can you get a full English though? No, you can't. Well, I don't know actually. Maybe you could. Don't think so, because English sausages are not a thing here. I brought some once when I was travelling by car here. I brought some English sausages for my missus to try, and she was disgusted. She couldn't believe how bad they were. And she said, "It's full of bread. It's full of bloody flour." I thought, yeah, you know what? Because the food here is mainly natural. There's no genetically modified stuff in foods here. It's banned completely. So it tends to be natural rather than processed garbage. Although you can buy that if you go hunting for it, but it's not a big thing. I noticed in England before, the last time I was there, that a lot of supermarkets had started doing potatoes that were pre-peeled, packaged in cellophane, and vegetables that were pre-peeled and packaged in cellophane on display. And I was like, what the hell? That's not happened here. Not at all. Potatoes actually look like potatoes, and vegetables look like veg. So, quite different. Nobody says hi. What about the fish and chips? No fish and chips. Nobody says hi. Hi. You need it too. No GMO at all. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Oh, this is the local, I think it's actually the hospital, or kind of thing. I think that's the hospital. One of them. There's a couple here. There's a major heart place here, cardio place, and there's another one. There's another one over the back. Well, that's kind of where I'm intending to go today, over the back end of the town rather than this end. But there is a Britannia up here, bun shop, so I'm going to go to there. It's not too far up here. It's a bit of a walk yet, but then we'll come down the back way of the town, off the main beaten track. That's the plan. See, as I'd expect, with hospitals, lots of barbuscas and old people walking about. And yet another veterinary service. That's two. I think there's about 5 of them here in the town, actually 5 veterinaries here. Veterinars. Alright, that's the Afterschule, so that's the car school. Curiosity in Russian, they don't have an L on learners. They have like a triangle thing on top of the car with a Russian letter, what looks like an English Y, but in Russian it's U, and it means uchoba, or learner in English. Kind of different. All bred. Yeah. In Canada they changed law. They now can legally sell lab-grown meat and sell it with real meat. Oh my god, I've never had lab-grown meat before. What's the most popular meal? Borscht, I suppose. Traditionally soup, borscht, and buckwheat kasha. Very, very popular. I can't stand the stuff, but yeah. My missus tells me I have to eat buckwheat kasha every now and then, or I'm going to die early or something, you know. It's really healthy for me, and it's got the best vitamins and all the rest of it, you know. You know what women are like. So if it's so bloody good for me, why does it taste rotten? You know? But Insane Asylum. Oh, insane, I think it's called. I love borscht. Borscht, yeah. Borscht, probably now controversial. Ukrainian borscht is probably my favourite. There's a slight difference. My missus makes both, but Ukrainian borscht is probably the better one out of it. So, yeah. What's the soup that comes in a bread pot you can eat? Soup that comes in a bread pot? What's a bread pot? I've no idea what a bread pot is. I've no idea what that is you are referring to. I've no idea. You've got me on that one. Bread pot. Never hear me too. I've no idea. There's done quite a bit of work here actually. They've tidied this. This dish was never here before. This is all new here. I see some little swine's been out and graffitied his name on something. Not common. But I see a lot of people out clearing up. It's quite a thing here where people come out and clean up the streets. Every time I've done a live stream, there's people cleaning the streets, especially in the towns. In my new town in Novgorod Staros, where I'm building, it is very, very clean and very, very nice. I think it's just an absolute beautiful town where I'm building. You'll have to follow my channel and look at that actual thing that I'm collecting today from the post office is a new camera that I've ordered. Especially, I can't live stream with it, but I can shoot much better videos with it, and it's going to be on it'll be on 4K, be a really high quality with a proper lens rather than a telephone. So the videos from the build will be a lot better next season, I'm hoping. It does have full HD camera video capabilities on it with a lens as well, so much better quality filming I'll be doing for next building season. And I've got from now till then to work out how to use the damn thing. So I'll try to find the name if they even be Polish. I'm not really sorry. I need to be sorry. Polish food I love. I mean, my heritage is kind of Lithuanian Polish, so I've got a kind of taste for Polish food, apart from bigos, which I do not like. If anybody knows what bigos is, it's a kind of Polish national dish. Sorry to offend any Polish people. I don't like bigos, sorry. But kaban, I can smell it now. I can smell bakery. Damn, there is a Bunch bakery here, not too far out, and I bet that's what I'm smelling. So it's really wafting down here. So that's a Bricania over there. I'm going to go in there and get a bite to eat. So now I can't keep this going while I go in there because I use my phone to pay for stuff. Oh, I've got my card. It's just I've got my card on me. I will keep the live stream running and go into Bricania. I don't know if I've got it with me. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look here. Yes, I do. So I'll keep this live stream running while I go in and get something to munch before I fall over and die of hunger. Prefer to go into Bricania than to KFC there. So we're down here. There's a big Lenta. That's a big supermarket. Quite a big one, that one actually. This is kind of a little. This is quite new here actually. It was never here before, in between the houses. But that Lenta. All this here. Maybe. What have they got? Let's see what's in here. First, Можно капучино.
Капучино? Большой? Стандартный?
Стандартный. Да, большая. Максимально.
Стандартный.
Да.
Какой? Какой?
Да, вот.
Биг?
Биг.
Что еще для вас?
И кусок пирог. Точно. Капуста, да?
Капуста, да.
Да, кусок капусты, пожалуйста.
Какой кусочек?
Да, да, пойдет.
Греть надо?
Да, не надо.
Здесь будете кушать?
Да, я.
С собой? 482. Приглашение магазина будет у вас?
Нет. А, это надо. Карты надо. Надо.
Да.
А, где? Туда, да?
Да.
Ага. Делать ничего.
А так не прикладывается?
А я с другой карты.
Здравствуйте.
С другой.
Сахар на кассе, крышечки прибора.
Спасибо.
Вот добавится.
А.
Хорошего дня.
Спасибо.
Приятно.
Africania. You see, nice coffee. And I've got some. How much that cost? That cost. So a big piece of pie and coffee. Big coffee is 400 rubles, which is about $3. Ah, $3 roughly. You'll find somewhere to sit over here. There is some places over here I can get to sit down. So about $3. It's well, that's standard all over Russia. There's nothing special about that. That's a big church over there. I mean, what down here? Because there's some seats down here. I can sit down and munch my pie before I fall down. Interestingly enough, that lady who served me in Africania there picked up on my accent, that English, and spoke to me. She said big in English. So, interesting. something you get. I mean, it doesn't matter how long you've been here, how many years you've been here, how long you've been learning Russian. Always have an accent, and a local will always pick you out a million miles away. Never come across animosity against foreigners yet. Just never seen it. It just doesn't, you know. Never. I'm gonna sit. A nice place down here. This is a nice place, isn't it, to sit? Sit by here. Watch the world go by for a bit. So there we go. Showing it by. What did I get? A big piece of pie. And it is kapusta. You weren't mean to laugh, she was smiling. Yeah, kind of, it's a cabbage pie. So, cabbage in Russia is very different to what you find in the West. It's very nice. I don't like cabbage in the West, but yeah, I mean, depends, doesn't it? Depends on the character of the person. If you're what do you call it? If you're a happy type person, smiley person, you get a smile. If you've got a sad person, if you stood in a shop all day serving YouTube streamers, every now and then you'd be sort of bored as well. You want to go home, you know? But I do like the pies from these places. They are absolutely lovely. But munching it down. Maybe if you're around the smile people in Russia, I guess that's how. No, not really. It's just like anywhere. People who are happy and people sad. I think in some places where they've got this customer service thing on their brain all the time, that they're forced into fake smiles, you know. Here there's no fakeness, you know. That's the difference. You do come across grumpy shop workers and you come across giggly happy ones as well, you know. Just never know what looking at. But not so busy here today. Quiet enough. DNS over there, and you can see it. DNS is a electrical household goods, like, you know, toasters and computers and laptops and all that kind of garbage. So my internet is about to cut off, but I think probably